Hey guys, welcome back to another video from the Decision Desk HQ YouTube channel. Continuing in our analysis of the 2024 Electoral College map and that all-important race to 270 electoral votes, we're taking a look at each party's easiest path to reaching that magic number. If you haven't already watched the video we made on Democratic President Joe Biden, go ahead and check that one out by clicking the link in the upper right-hand corner. Today's video will be covering the former president and current Republican primary frontrunner, Donald Trump. My name is Ryan Gest, Elections Data Fellow here at Decision Desk HQ. I hope you enjoy. In the 2024 presidential election, a total of 538 electoral votes will be up for grabs. However, only a smaller number of states and their electoral votes will actually play a significant role in determining the outcome. Both major national parties tend to disregard states that they have no chance of winning in, based on factors such as past election results, polling numbers, and demographic data. It is crucial for successful presidential campaigns to allocate time and resources to rallies and advertisements in specific states and regions believed to be competitive. This principle also applies to states where either party is highly confident of winning or losing. For example, neither Democratic or Republican candidates spend much time in deep blue states like California and New York, or in heavily conservative states like Wyoming and Oklahoma. Regardless of the efforts made, it is highly unlikely for the opposing candidate to secure victory in these states due to the prevailing political landscape. So, based on the aforementioned reasons, we can identify the states that are unlikely to be targeted by either party. Democratic support primarily lies on the coasts, specifically in Washington, Oregon, California, and Hawaii down the Pacific coast, as well as in the Northeast, encompassing populous states like New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. Illinois stands out as the sole secure Democratic state in the central part of the country, with the city of Chicago exerting significant influence over its political landscape. On the other hand, Republicans tend to perform best in the middle and southern regions of the country. Although there are more Republican states that can be considered safe overall, they generally have smaller populations, resulting in fewer electoral votes. Overall, Democrats hold an advantage of 181 to 125 electoral votes in terms of non-competitive states that both Biden and Trump won by a margin of at least 10 points in the 2020 election, and often by a much wider margin. Now, shifting the focus specifically to Donald Trump, let's delve into the main question at hand. What is Trump's most straightforward route to victory in the 2024 election? When we say straightforward, we are referring to a realistic path for Trump to secure 270 electoral votes with minimal obstacles. The 2024 race, regardless of candidates, is expected to be extremely close, with only a small number of states playing a crucial role in determining the overall outcome. Consequently, Trump's easiest path would likely involve winning the fewest number of states necessary for him to achieve victory. Let's start by adding all of the remaining states that Trump won by more than 5 percentage points in 2020 into his column as likely Republican. Texas, Iowa, Ohio, and Maine's 2nd Congressional District are all states and district that Trump won by margins greater than 5 points in both 2016 and 2020. Applying a similar approach for incumbent Democratic President Joe Biden, we can consider Colorado, New Mexico, Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District, Minnesota, Virginia, New Hampshire, and Maine as likely Democratic states. This brings the Electoral College count up to 226 to 189 in favor of Biden and the Democrats. These are the states that both candidates absolutely must win to be elected president, or in Joe Biden's case, re-elected, barring unforeseen circumstances. And while it's expected that both parties will still shovel plenty of resources into these states, considering the sheer sum they'll have in their respective war chests, they won't be anywhere near the top of either party's list. In effect, as mentioned in the Biden video, these are thus the baseline numbers for the Trump campaign and the GOP in general, and they can expect their range of outcomes to begin at 189 electoral votes, going all the way up to 313 with wins in each of the remaining states. Of course, that's probably not the most likely outcome, but you can reasonably expect that their electoral vote total will fall somewhere between those numbers. Now, moving on, like in the Biden video, let's work backwards by filling in the rest of the Electoral College map as it looked in 2020. Biden won Nevada by 2.4%, Arizona by 0.3%, Georgia by 0.2%, Pennsylvania by 1.2%, Michigan by 2.8%, and Wisconsin by 0.6%, while Trump carried Florida by 3.4% and North Carolina by 1.3%. That is a 303 to 235 electoral vote win for Biden, which was 306 to 232 in 2020 before reapportionment following the 2020 census. Referring back to the data presented in the Biden video, remember that although Georgia and Arizona were the closest races in 2020, they did see the biggest pro-Democratic movement after 2016. Meanwhile, Nevada is the only one of these states that Trump did not win in 2016, but Biden has not polled especially well in Nevada, and it stayed stagnant in 2020 while almost every other state in the country moved to the left. Going back to the map now, if Trump wins the three states he lost by less than a point in 2020, Arizona, Georgia, and Wisconsin, that would be enough for him to win the 2024 presidential election. But, very interestingly, this would not have been enough for Trump to win the election in 2020. If we take a look at this same map using the 2020 Electoral College distribution, this scenario, which is entirely plausible, would have resulted in a 269 to 269 vote tie. Reapportionment based on population changes following the 2020 census mathematically favor the Republican Party in our current political landscape, and could theoretically be a contributing factor in the outcome of the election. Putting that aside though, at least for the moment, based purely on 2020 results, this map here is Trump's easiest path to 270. He would still manage to reclaim the White House despite losing Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Nevada. That's a pretty good deal for the former president. Conversely, he could also take Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Nevada and reach 275 electoral votes. So in summary, just as was the case with Joe Biden, Trump and Republicans' easiest path to 270 electoral votes is winning as many of these 6 critical battleground states as possible. That is all for this Decision Desk HQ video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you did indeed like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also check out more content from our channel here, and we'll catch you next time.